Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to another wonderful edition of the Women Techsters Open Day. We're so glad to have you. I can see a lot of people joining in already. So please, while you make your entrance into the event, it will be glad to know who you are and where you're joining in from. So you just have to type, my name is Tony and I'm joining from Nigeria. So Tony from Nigeria. Okay, so it's just a format so we can get to meet everybody and say hello. Might not be able to call out everybody's name really, but as many people as you would have, it's a great pleasure. So Halimat from Nigeria, great. I can see Veronica. Veronica, you did not mention where you're joining in from. It'd be great to know your name and your country. Okay, Veronica from Ghana. Can see Jennifer from Nigeria. Welcome everyone. So we'll just give a few minutes for others to join in, like 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll start the webinar proper. Eman from Egypt. Hi, Eman. I can see you on the call, right? Victoria from Nigeria. Daisy from Kenya. I can see Rebecca from Nigeria also. I can see Tedias from Mozambique. That name sounds very familiar, by the way. I can see Chinelo from Nigeria. So good to see you all. Just keep it rolling. I'll try to call in as many names as I can, so you know that I can see you. Nelly from Nigeria, great to see you. And Ernestina from Ghana, Sherifat from Nigeria, Oluwatola from Nigeria, Hope from Nigeria, Bukola from Nigeria, a lot of Nigerians as well. Glory from Tanzania, hello, hope you're doing great. Okay, just keep it rolling. We're getting to know everybody, so just your name and where you're joining us from, that would do, as you can see in the chat box. Joshua from Ghana, hi Joshua. Monserrat from Nigeria, Temi from Nigeria, Queen from Nigeria. Hello everyone, so good to see you. Welcome to another wonderful edition of the Women Techsters Open Day. Hi, Tewadaj from Ethiopia. I just hope I got the name pronunciation well, pardon me. Chantal from Madagascar. It's a pleasure to see you. Hi, everyone. Thank you once again for making it a date with us today. We're so glad to have you. My name is Tony Oladiji and I lead the Women Techsters Open Day program under the Women Techsters Initiative. You get to know more about our program in the course of the event for today. This is the 6th Open Day we're having in this year. It's the June edition. And from January up to these days, we've had amazing women come to share their experiences in the tech space, experiences that have been useful to young ladies who have intentions to start a career in tech. They've been motivated enough to take the bold step, and because they can see what others are doing in that space as well. So I'll be handing over to my colleague. She's on the call, Blessing Ashi, the programs lead for the Women Techsters program, and she'll be giving a welcome address just to welcome each and every one of you. Thank you once again for joining us.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon from Nigeria. Trust you're having a good day. I'd like to welcome everyone to the open day for the month of June. It's so exciting to always have people join in the conversation. My name is Blessing Ashi. I lead the Women Techsters Initiative, and it's my delight to have every one of us join in. Just so you know, you are in for a smooth ride today. We have explicit speakers, we have people who are knowledgeable and will be sharing their experience with you on how they started their journey and the things that you need to know to ace your journey as well. I know that there are a couple of people here. Maybe you want to signify who applied for the Women Techsters Fellowship Class of 2023. If you're here, you want to use the chat box to say, I am here. And maybe you're waiting for us to give you, you're waiting for the feedback, and you're here, you can just use your emoji sign. We want to be sure that you're here. Okay, I can see. All right, so I'd like to welcome you all. This session is an open day session. It's not intended to give you expo, but I can say for free, I can give you a free news that very, 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 very soon, you're going to be hearing back from us. Oh, someone got a rejection email. We're sorry about that. We hope you're exploring our other programs as the boot camp, so that you increase your chance of selection next year. And for the people who are here and they're waiting for the final note, we're wrapping up all the process, and you will get a feedback very soon. I'm not going to tell you when, so that you not say Blessing said, but very, 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 very soon. Stay glued to our social media platforms, and of course, you get to get all the information. So welcome, everyone. Welcome to a smooth ride. Welcome to a smooth journey. 3 things I want you to do as we get on to the program for today is ensure you get yourself seated in a very quiet, comfortable environment. Ensure that you have your notepad. Ensure you have your pen, and most importantly, ensure that you have your mind, of course, because you are here for a very, very great ride. Welcome everyone from all over West Africa. Welcome from wherever you are joining us from. This is the Women Techsters Open Day June edition. So yeah, it's my great pleasure and honor to always do this. It's a very big delight for me to welcome our executive director, in the person of Oladipo, who, Diwura, don't speak yet. Diwura, don't speak yet. Who fortunately celebrated our birthday yesterday. Woo! So Diwura, on behalf of the entire Open Day community and on behalf of all of the women joining us today, we'd like to wish you a very happy birthday, Diwura. Thank you for being an amazing boss. Thank you for leading the Women Techsters team and the Tech for Dev entire team. We love and celebrate you. Happy birthday, Mama. And yeah, over to you, Diwura. Welcome on board.
I don't know why Blessing decided to do that, but I mean, thank you very much, everyone. I can see like lovely comments in the section. Thank you guys very much. The show of love yesterday was amazing, and I'll just like to say a very big thank you. I'm going to start out by saying that somewhere in between what I'm going to say today, I know Blessing said she didn't want to tell the prospective Women Techsters fellows, when they might be expecting feedback. I'm not going to tell you a specific date, but I'm going to give you an idea of when to expect the feedback, at least so that helps with whatever anxiety, that is ongoing at the moment. So first and foremost, I would like to welcome everyone and thank you for joining the June 2022 edition of our virtual Women Techsters Open Day program. And like Blessing said, this is the Open Day program. This is our very 6th Open Day in the year 2022. And we're super excited and elated. Like I can see people from Madagascar, from Ethiopia, from Kenya, from Nigeria, all in the chat section when they were introducing themselves. We're super excited and elated to have you guys here. Join us today, to learn more about how to pursue your interest in technology. Just as Blessing said, just reiterating what she said again, is I would like to especially welcome the prospective Women Techsters fellows who have joined us today, to learn about starting a career in tech through our Women Techsters Fellowship. We will be providing final updates for the new set of Women Techsters Fellow in the coming week. It has been a rigorous process of about 4 months, if that's right, screening over 17,000 applications across Africa. And we will be unveiling our Women Techsters Class of 2023 Fellows who will kickstart a year-long journey with us. And these journeys include tracks like software development, blockchain, product design, product management, mobile development, 3D animation, and mixed reality, cybersecurity, and data science and artificial intelligence. Also, a huge congratulations to the Women Techsters Bootcamp 2.0 on their ongoing open day, demo day rather, and graduation from the bootcamp. I know a lot of them started out as novices, and over the last 3 weeks, they've learned and they're now owning the skills that they've learned. And I'm going to start by telling you a bit about Tech for Dev, which is Tech for Dev is a nonprofit organization that creates access to decent work and entrepreneurship opportunities and platforms for Africans. And we do this through digital skills, digital and technology skills, empowerment and advocacy. Our vision, our broad vision, is to equip Africans with digital and life skills that foster economic prosperity, financial freedom, and sustainable development. The Women Techsters is an initiative of Tech for Dev that aims to bridge the digital divide between men and women in the technology ecosystem. Through our pilot program, Nigerian Women Techsters, we enabled almost 3,000 women between the ages of 16 to 40 across Nigeria. And we did this to ignite interest in pursuing careers and businesses in technology. Driven by the success story of numerous women on the program, we had women like Fatima, like Tommy, like Patience. We carved a new ambition and a dream to replicate this model across Africa, providing more women access to opportunities to launch careers and businesses in technology. Our grand dream by 2030 is to reach 5 million women in Africa by empowering them with the knowledge and skills to partake in the technology industry in Africa and the world at large. We believe that empowering change for women across Africa, as well as providing them opportunities to access employment and entrepreneurship, will help achieve a 50-50 male to female ratio balance in the technology space. The Women Techsters Open Day, which is why we're here today, is a monthly virtual program organized for women across Africa to learn about leveraging the power of technology to start and advance their careers and also create technology and technology-enabled businesses. The Open Day is an opportunity for women to interact with other successful women who have built careers and businesses in technology over the years and who will share their personal experiences, speak about possible career paths and business opportunities, and help women appreciate the importance of acquiring digital and deep tech skills in this digital age. We appreciate Microsoft for collaborating with us to bring this initiative to life. And we look forward to continually impacting and improving the economic realities of women across Africa. I will not end without saying that I'd like to appreciate every single woman who is here today. And I know you're here today because you have an intention to commence your journey in becoming women in tech. And I will not end without saying a special thank you to our guest speakers, Olaide and Iman, and our moderator, Audrey, for taking time out of their very busy schedules, because trust me, these women are very busy women. And they're here today to share their stories of their journeys as women in tech. I look forward to a wonderful conversation and deliberation today. I would say a very huge thank you. And once again, I'm super excited about this 6th Open Day today. Thank you, and over to you, Oluwatoyi.
Thank you so much, Deora, for the opening address. And thank you to everyone who has celebrated Deora. We love you so much from Tech for Dev. So right now we'll be going into our video. Our video today, or rather the person in the video today is Ezine Ozukalu. She was a Women Techsters fellow for class of 2022. She's currently an alumni and she's doing beautifully well. So yeah, the video you'll be seeing now will be that of Ezine. Enjoy, ladies.
My name is Ezine Miracle Ozukalu. I am a beneficiary of the Women Techsters Fellowship Program, class of 2022, and I am currently working as a product management intern at Prunech. I grew up in Enugu State, Nigeria, in a family of 6, and I am the last child, and I am a high school graduate. After I left high school, I wrote the entrance examination into university 3 times in Nigeria, and it was not successful. So I was almost giving up on my ambitions and dreams before I saw the Women Techsters Fellowship promotional material on social media, and then decided to apply. I applied for the Women Techsters Fellowship program, and honestly, the application process was a bit tough, but I made sure I completed my initial application because I really needed to get this skill. took the assessment that came afterwards and patiently waited for the final email, which finally came, and it was a congratulatory email, and I was super happy when I saw I was accepted into the fellowship. So the experience was great and awesome for me because I connected with people from different countries, had a one-on-one interaction with my facilitator, we could ask questions in class, we took tests.
There you have it, everyone. We'll be sharing the video in the chat box just in case you missed a few things. I think there was a little network glitch at the end of the video. But I do hope that that video was inspiring enough to let you know that anything is achievable once you put your mind to it, especially in the tech field. So very quickly, I'll be introducing the speakers that we have on the Open Day event today. We have three beautiful, amazing women who have done excellently well in the tech space. We have Eman Herawi, we have Olaide Agola, and we have Audrey Mbuyazi. Three of them would be sharing their experiences on the Open Day event today. Very quickly, I'll be reading out their bios just so that you get to meet these wonderful ladies and have an idea of the great amount of works they have put into their field, right? Eman is the founder of Arabs in Blockchain. I saw a lot of ladies from Egypt, Ethiopia, and those countries, so you probably know how huge that is, right? So Eman is an expert in the blockchain field. She's a DevCon scholar alumni at Ethereum Foundation and also founder of Arabs in Blockchain, like I said earlier. She's a key player in the blockchain domain, and she was featured by FinTech Reviews as one of the top 2021 blockchain leader during the International Women's Day in the year 2021. She holds a professional master's degree in cloud computing networks from Cairo University in Egypt. So Emma will be sharing her story in the tech space, especially in the blockchain field today. I'm sure a lot of people are curious already, especially those who applied for the blockchain learning track in our previous fellowship application process. So do keep your fingers crossed and expect to hear amazing things from her. Olaide Agola is a software engineer at Andela. She's passionate about solving problems with technology and making an impact on lives whilst doing so. She builds software applications using JavaScript and other tools as necessary. She has worked with different organizations, including, but not restricted to, educational platforms, e-commerce platforms, and construction of various software projects. She has also dedicated ample time to mentoring young women in tech through different organizations. She holds a degree in computer science from Covenant University. Olaide will also be sharing her story of how she has come so far in the tech space as a software engineer, to software developers, and even other people that may be interested in other aspects of tech. Keep your fingers crossed also to hear her amazing story. And moderating the session with these two wonderful ladies today is Audrey Mbuyazi from South Africa. I don't know if I mentioned Olaide hails from Nigeria, Eman hails from Egypt, and Audrey from South Africa. Audrey is a result-oriented, business solution-focused team player with business and project management experience. She has worked extensively on business and technology implementation, as well as training projects for large corporations and private enterprises for the past 21 years. Audrey is passionate about education, culture, and art. She's a driven entrepreneur who is an accomplished speaker, master of ceremonies at technology and other conferences. She's sought after at business and formal functions as she delivers an inspired and uplifting message. As an artist, Audrey has released 4 albums, 1 theater production, and a board game named Afro's Gold. So there you have it. We have Audrey who will be moderating the session alongside Eman and Olaide. Great to have you on the event today, ladies. We are super glad that you took out time out of your busy schedule, as our executive director has said. Thank you so much for making it here with us. Hi, Olaide. Hi, Eman. And hi, Audrey. Over to you, Audrey.
Toyin, thank you so much. What an incredible introduction. And I love what Ola said in the sense that she already thanked us and we haven't done anything yet. So we can't go too far off the the wrong path when somebody has already said thank you. But thank you for inviting us. It's a joy and a pleasure to be here with you. And I'm sure the two ladies that you're going to hear from today have lived the kind of life that we always wonder about. And I think that's what I'd like to say to you both, Iman and Olaide. We wonder about your life, because when I was growing up, certainly I did not think I would end up in technology. I thought I would be an actress, or that I would be actually I wanted to be a radio presenter. And to this day, I still have not managed to get on radio. Well, it'll still be one of those things that I want to do. But I want to start with you, Iman, as between 5 and 10. Let's look at that sort of age gap. What did you want to be?
First of all, I would love to thank Tech for Dev organizer for this amazing program. I really love it, and for this wonderful introduction, and for inviting me here and to meet you. Well, my life, you will not expect that, but I didn't think about, like tech field until I was in the university. Okay, and before that, I was so passionate about, like from age 5 to 10, I was only curious to do crafts, some paintings like my mom and so. And I think at age of 10, I was like, because I loved my father so much, I was like, curious to enter his life. My father was a good reader.
Yeah.
So I was reading his books, and his books is like a very old books, I was reading these books. So I was interested in history and the Arabic literatures, and that's it. I didn't expect at all to enter the tech field. I didn't even think about the science. It's like whenever someone told me you would love to be a doctor, I say no, I don't want to be a doctor, and that's it.
That's great. And Olaide, I'm going to ask you the same question. Between that age group, before you got to high school, what were you dreaming of? What did you want to be when you grew up?
I think at that age, I just had a lot of fantasies. I didn't really, have specific interest, because it varied from time to time. Maybe I would see a banker and be fascinated by a banker, and I'll be like, yes, I want to be a banker. Then at some point, I remember I wanted to be a teacher. At some point, I wanted to be a nurse. So I think I just got, fascinated at different times by different professions, and I wasn't really set on a path from there.
So I suppose all that we are saying is that even though we are women in tech now, it hasn't always been at the front of our minds. It wasn't something that we work up, as a young child saying, oh, one day I want to play with computers. I want to change the world of technology. But it's something that happened along the way. And in fact, if I tell you a little bit of my story, what happened was that I was going to university, and my father refused for me to study music. So I had to find the next best thing to studying music. And so I ended up in an accounting degree, which after year one, I hated. I just didn't enjoy the numbers. And so I started taking more economics and information systems. And before I knew it, I actually realized that I loved information systems and the things that they did in the background in managing businesses. I'm going to ask you first, Olaide, when did you make the first move into technology? What happened?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. I remember that up until towards the end of my high school, we call it secondary school in Nigeria, I wasn't really certain about what I actually wanted to delve into. I was in science class. I enjoyed sciences, but I wasn't sure what part of science I wanted to settle into. So when it was time for me to actually make a decision about the course I would study in the university, what I did was, I one day I just sat down with a brochure, for courses that you could study as a science student in the university, and I started crossing out all the things I definitely knew that I did not like. So anything biological sciences, I knew that, no, it wasn't for me. So, I kept on crossing out until I got to a few options. And I looked at them and then I decided, okay, I think I actually do like computer. I would actually like to study computer science. And then I decided to go for it. So it was me just, first of all, looking at all my options, taking out what I definitely knew that I didn't like, and then narrowing it down and weighing what I thought that I would be inclined to pursue.
Now that says to me, you actually took time to learn what you liked and what you didn't like.
Yeah.
Before you stepped out into the big fat world, because I think often we just start something and we haven't taken the time to self-reflect and go, what is it that I'm good at? Exactly. What is it that I like? And what is it I definitely don't like? That's wonderful. Now, Iman, I'm going to ask you the same question, but before you answer that, I'd like to just say, when someone says to you STEM related courses, do those who don't know technology's eyes just go, what? And what do you say to them when they say, what is a STEM related course?
It's like resources, or what do you mean exactly?
STEM? Because it says,
I know STEM field, but like the chef to STEM field without having the background, or you are like asking about kind of how they can move?
Well, no, I'm asking if you say to somebody, well, I did some STEM courses and I did some STEM related subjects, and they say, well, what is that? They're fresh off the boat, they don't know what it means. What would you tell them?
The STEM related courses is that any course related to science, math, technology, these kind of domains, we call it STEM field. So if you are interested more in technology, it's like a huge umbrella. So you can, I love technology, so I can understand first the fundamentals of the technology itself, like in general, what is the IT field, what are the components, and after that, I need like a very high level of overview course. Give me this high level overview about the technology, and then I can decide which field exactly, because it's like a very wide area. So you have to decide. So based on your passion, not on your degree. And it has no related to your degree. It is related to your passion. So you can learn it.
That is the most beautiful answer I've heard. You can learn it, because I think some of us who are not so sure are more inclined to go, "Ooh, it's only for them, those other people, whoever they may be." And I love that. One can learn. So now, when did you decide to go on this journey?
It was quite late.
Never too late.
I believe in that, but it's like I was like most of you, like I was searching for what I would love. I don't know what I do love, what I don't. Even if you can do it very good and you can do it perfectly, it doesn't mean that you are so passionate about it. And I believe that life is so hard, and every work, it's like you have challenge in any field. So if you are doing what you are passionate about it, you will enjoy it. So you will not feel these barriers or these challenges to acquire the knowledge. So for me, after my high school, I love history. Okay, so I decided that I will go to a certain college, but like you, my family didn't allow me to go there because it's far university. Like I have to travel 3 or 4 hours by car, which is not acceptable in a conservative society like Egypt. So I had to go to another like college, which I don't love at all. I love at all. So I decided that, okay, even if I didn't go to whatever I want, I will keep searching for what I want. So I kept going to different courses try different things until I find, okay, wow, I love this. I got my first computer when I was like on the like I think 19 years old or so.
Wow.
So I found myself, I love searching. So I like spent my whole day making research, learning how to fix my computer because I don't want to go to someone else to fix it for me, how to install Windows, how to install specific program, how to use this program and stuff like this until I found a scholarship for youth to enter the IT field. So I felt, wow, it's interesting. Why not I apply for this scholarship? And I applied. And at that time, I didn't know what field because I found that there are so many tracks. Networking, object-oriented database. I don't know. And I decided, okay, let's go for this. You know, it's like this one seems interesting for me. I don't know anything about it. So I entered a database track, and for this scholarship, they give us like 2 days introduction to programming. And from the first hour, I fell in love with programming and I wanted to shift to the object-oriented track, but it's not feasible. You know, it's like I decided, okay, I will study programming after my studying hours. So we have like 7 hours to study like in person in the course center. And after that, I returned home and keep studying programming. And I, with the help of other mentors to support me what to study, and they keep asking me about my progress. And so they just like, you know, I'm studying, but someone else will like keep track of whenever I have a question, I will ask him, and so. And after I finished the scholarship, it's a 9-month scholarship. I decided that, okay, I will be in this domain because I feel like, yes, I'm spending my whole day studying, but I love what I'm doing. I feel like, wow, this is amazing. I love it. And that's it.
Wow. Now, how old were you when that was all happening? Because I want to know the background of your home life, because you were now doing a course all day, 7 hours, and you were getting home and you were spending more hours. Now, where I come from, I've got to cook, I've got to clean, I've got to feed the children, or I've got to feed the brothers and sisters. Now, as a woman, we often have more than one role to play at any one time, whether you are young or you are old, or, you know, we often have responsibilities. What did you have to juggle?
I had to juggle a lot because, you know, I had like so many circumstances. So when I was in the first year in my college, my mother was sick, and my father, peace be upon him, was sick as well. And even my stepmother was sick, and I have 2 siblings who weren't married yet at that time. So I was studying and returned back to cook for them and taking care of my father, and so. And when I started to go to the scholarship, I was like 23rd. Yeah, 23rd. And it took me like a year. And after that, I couldn't work, you know, because I'm not living in the capital and there's no opportunity here in my local town. And I was searching for any online job. I didn't find anything. I didn't find. And it comes forward because my father his health was at that time was very, very, very serious. So I had, you know, like to leave everything for my father and my stepmother as well. Peace be upon them. So by March 2016, I returned back to the track because, you know, they passed away. And I was in a very hard time, and I was thinking, what should I do? How can I, you know, like feel like getting, you know, satisfied or doing something I love, and how I can do something to honor them. I love them, and how to honor those people who I love and they love me. So I decided that, okay, but it was March. I cannot forget this time. It was March 2016. I decided that by March 2017, I will be a full stack developer. I keep searching for how to be a full stack developer. What's required? The stack, you know, it's like that's the roadmap to be a full stack developer. I studied so hard. day and night, I can say that. And on
Wow.
July 2017, I could find a good job, a remote job in Kuwait there, because, you know, the same problem. I cannot travel to the capital to work there. I cannot leave my family. I have a mother who needs me. And from that time, I started to put like a goal for myself. If you could put a goal and attach that goal with something you love, you will go for it. You know, it's like whenever you feel down, you will remember. For myself, for me, I'm just remembering my father's eyes when he smiled at me whenever I do something good. So anytime I feel like I feel down, I don't want to carry on. You know, it's like this feeling. I just remember my father's eyes, and I just like tell myself, for my father, I will do it for my father. Yeah.
Wow. And that just says to me that any journey that you have needs a goal. It needs something that you're going for. But that goal and the route to that goal is not always straightforward. It's not always smooth, and it's not always direct. Sometimes you have to take a little detour, but you have to remember the goal that you're going for for your achievements. And I want to ask you, Olaide, what were your challenges? And maybe more specifically as well, what challenges have you found being a woman to enter the tech space?
Okay. In terms of entering the tech space, I think the challenges I faced were not, particularly like, it's not particularly related to being a woman, but just general challenges that I faced getting into tech. So I'll start with a bit of background. So I went on to study computer science in the university. But computer science is very wide. It's not only software development that can come out of that. There's a whole lot of other fields that are related. But
can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Were you good at maths at school? Is that why you went into computer science?
Well, I was good at maths, but that's not really why I went into. I don't think that's why I went into computer science. But yeah, I was fairly good at math. Okay. So even at the time when I was choosing computer science, I wasn't exactly sure what was going to come out of it. I knew that something computer related, but at that point I wasn't well informed about like the opportunities I had. Yes. Studying computer science and what it entailed. So it was like I was going to find out. And while we were in school, we took a lot of courses, but programming was one that really stood out for me, and I really connected it when I was like, okay, this is what I would like to do when I'm done with school. So getting out of school, one of the challenges I faced, getting into tech was that actually when I was done with school, I really did not know how to code. Yes, we did computer science in school and we did a whole lot, but what we had in school, it wasn't enough for the industry. We were not, prepared to take on a role in the industry. So I was faced with that challenge. Like, I really want to be a software engineer, but I don't know how to do this. I don't have any experience, and how is this going to happen? So it took a lot of self-learning, I must say. And so after school, I really tried to start learning software engineering by myself, picking up on programming languages and all. But at that time, I didn't know who to turn to for help, for mentorship. So I was doing all this on my own, and it was really hard. There was no structure to it. There was no, I wasn't guided. So I was doing, some things that I didn't need to do, and all of that. So it was a hassle for me. Just I think the major challenge I faced was having right now we have like a more developed ecosystem in Nigeria, for people there are different communities like Women Techsters that people can go to, find the community of learners as well. But back then I had no idea who to turn to for help. So that was like my major challenge, and it was really difficult.
Mm-hmm. And that is actually one of the reasons that I think is important to have women in Techsters, because there's nowhere that is written that if you want to get into tech or become a Java developer, or to become I don't know, a salesperson in that industry, this is the path to take.
Yeah.
Often where, when there's a doctor, you know that you got to do your 4 years here, your 2 years here, your 3 years here. And this is where we, as women who are already in the industry, will come to help. And in fact, it's not just women, it's anyone in the industry. And I think I like the idea that one needs to be forward enough to go, I need help. I don't know what I'm doing. Who can help me move this way?
Yeah.
And maybe I can just ask you now, because I know you have been involved in a few international organizations.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked for a number of small organizations, but my first IT job was actually with Oracle Systems.
Mm-hmm.
And now currently I'm with Microsoft. They are big giants, and I only work in the enterprise space. So it's big systems. But how would you advise anyone getting into that to prepare themselves?
Okay. So if one thing I'll say is if you're getting into tech, the first thing you need to know is which part of tech do you want to go into, because there are so many opportunities in tech. There are so many roles that you can actually leverage. There's a lot of buzz around software engineering, and everybody thinks if I'm going to tech, I have to be a software engineer. But no, you don't, necessarily have to be a software a programmer. If you don't like to code, there are other roles that are available. And if you definitely want to go into software engineering, that's also good. So one thing I would advise is, if you have already identified that this is the path that I want to take, you need to find people that have already gone on that path and kind of trace their steps. What have they done? Like, you can go to somewhere like LinkedIn and put in a role that you aspire to be and see, this person, what kind of roles have they taken? What kind of courses have they taken to get them? You can even engage them in conversations if you don't have like anyone around, that you can send, cold chat messages, and people would respond, who are willing to help. So that's the first thing you need to do. You need to be able to somehow identify the path, because there's a lot of resources out there as well, and it can be overwhelming for you to know which one to take on. So you have to figure out if it's to reach a community, sign up for some boot camp, or find a mentor or something. You need to find a way to find out what paths you need to take. And then it requires a lot of consistency, because it takes time to learn, and it requires a whole lot of consistency. It's something that you have to devote time to, like every day, to in order to be able to get to where you want to be. So you have to be sure that you want to do that, be able to know that you have that time to dedicate to it and be consistent with it. And little drops of water make the ocean. So when you're starting out, it might not look like it for like the first couple of weeks. It might not, it might seem like you're not making enough progress, but keep putting in those little efforts, and have some way to validate them. Someone that that's helping you track your progress, and all, putting you in the right direction, saying, okay, you're doing well, or you still need to learn this better, and all of that. And then practice is also key. It's very, very important to practice. It's not enough to read up about stuff. You have to actually practice. Like, just do it like you're actually doing a job, like you're on a job. You have to practice consistently so that you can know what you know, and then what you still have to learn.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I love that practice and consistency, but also that determination to say, I'm going to learn this and I'm going to give it time. Because I think this is a message that you've just said there, is that we have to assign time. This is not a sprint. getting to the finish line of knowing your stuff well is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It takes time to train those muscles, to train that knowledge, to recall that information, and to use it again and again in industry. But I want to ask you, Iman, in the journey of getting skills, of getting information, of learning something, there's probably a lot of fly-by-night colleges, training institutions, people who are holding boot camp. How would you advise others, especially young women who don't know, which courses to take, which boot camps to go on? How do they keep themselves safe in an industry where you could find a lot of dodgy courses, is maybe the way I want to put it?
So many, like resources over there. Now, when I started, there were, like few resources. At the time, I was like struggling to find the good resource, and even I was struggling to find a good book. Now there are so many. So my strategy, whenever I want to study, because this domain is like, every moment, there is something new. So my strategy is that, okay, I'm just setting a big goal and small goals to achieve that big goal. And first of all, I like serve most of the big courses or the big books or whatever. Whenever I find this course is aligned to what I want, most of my goals, I'm just sticking to it and keep like whenever, even if I found something better, I'm just continue. Not much better, but I'm just, okay, I will take this, for example, white paper, and I will finish it. And I will not open this book until I finish this white paper. So it's like I'm just like trying to keep myself, committed to finish this job. For example, currently I'm studying more about cross-chain platforms. So I started with the documentation and the white paper. And whenever I found, like some terms I don't understand, I'm just Google it and I'm trying to understand the main idea about it, and that's it. Whenever I reach the stage that I understand the fundamentals very well, I can imagine how the network is working together. What is the node? What is smart contract? How they can interact together? How can I know? It's like just general overview about how they are working together, and the main building block of this network. I'm jumping to get my hand dirty with code, how to run it, how to make it, it's like how these components are working together. I want to try it myself, because when you try after learning the fundamentals, you have a better eye whenever you stuck with any bug, whenever you actually know why it's not working. You have a better keywords to research. It's like if you want to research, you have the best keywords to Google the issue. And what's amazing about blockchain world is that whenever you want to study about something, you will go to the team itself and you will get the help from the team. So if, for example, if you want to learn about Ethereum platform, for example, you have some community platforms where you can like have a one-to-one communication with the core team, and you will, whenever you get stuck, you will ask. But the key is, it's better to ask the good question than asking a bad question. And what's about bad question is that you are not selecting the good words. You don't know actually what's your problem. Once you identified your problem and select the exact words, you are helping other to answer your question. So you will not only find the core team answering your question, you will find the rest of the community answering your question, because we appreciate that you take the time to study, and all of us know that it's very hard, and you are helping me to understand you. Like if you are trying to communicate with me in Chinese, for example, I don't know Chinese, I have to translate it. No, you're trying like to use the words to help me to write down a meaningful question, so I can help you. So this is my strategy. I'm doing every while, whenever I want to study something, with the fundamentals to understand how it works, and then get my hand dirty with code, because whenever in practice, you will know more, and you will sharpen your knowledge, and you will not you will find something, many things not existed in the documentation or the white papers.
That's amazing. And really what you're saying is that when you are learning, make sure that when you ask the communities around you for help, you are actually not just asking a basic question that you should know because you are already in the learning space. You should ask a question that allows people to go, okay, she's at this level or he's at this level. Let me see how to get them onto the next level, because that shows that you're actually committed to what you're doing. I love that. And I think for me, that comes from not only from your education and the state of what you've learned, Iman, but also this fact that you are probably an entrepreneur at heart. And this is where I'd like to ask you a little bit about your business, Arabs in Blockchain. What is that?
Well, the idea of Arabs in Blockchain, we don't have the community. The Arab countries is like 22 countries. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and the population is around 422 million Arab speakers. And when I get started about in blockchain domain, I didn't find I didn't find a community to join. I didn't know where to ask, as Olivier mentioned, you will find a bootcamp. I didn't find that. And a true story, a funny story happened to me when I was I got selected as a DEFCON scholar, and part of the scholarship I traveled to Japan for the first time ever in my life to travel abroad.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, and I had the opportunity to attend the DEFCON, and they were organized a special session for us as DEFCON scholars. And one of these sessions was an Ask Me Anything session. And one of my friends, she's living in the US, asked that, how can I start in blockchain development given that I'm not CS graduate? And the guest speaker answered, oh, it's not that hard, It's like we asked very clearly, it's not that hard. You have so many boot camps, you can join these boot camps, go to conferences, involve with the community, and you have tons of resources online, you can learn from it. And before that time, I was, a quiet girl, feeling so shy that it's first time ever to travel and speak in English. I'm not fluent in English. And I just, what? No, this is not the same story we have. So I stood up and say, okay, this solution is perfectly working perfectly in US. It's not working in Egypt or any other countries, Arab countries. I had to travel. If I want to attend an event, I had to travel. And if this event at night, I cannot go because I cannot return back at midnight. It's not acceptable. There is no community. There is no activity. I don't know where to ask my question, and I have to learn English. I have to improve my language to learn it, to understand the technology. And blockchain is advanced technology, and understanding and advanced stuff in the language you are not fluent in is a challenge. It's a barrier. And I kept, telling them that it's not that easy. And I realized that we were more than 50 and only 3 Arabs. And I was the only Arab woman. And I returned back, why? We aren't small, Why we only 3? Because we didn't know about the opportunity. We didn't apply because the community was small. So we should work on the community, how to make it easier for the newcomers. If it was hard for me to study, it doesn't have to be like that for the rest. So we should start to build together the community. How we can, yes, it's crazy in blockchain domain. You don't have time, but I can secure an hour like this for you to teach you about blockchain. If we are working on an initiative that requires 10 or 20 hours, we can have a pool of experts. It's decentralization, guys. This is the culture of blockchain. If we can have a pool of experts, like a pool of liquidity in DeFi project, for example, we can do more. It's like I can give an hour and you can give me 2 hours and the rest 3 hours, and so on. And we can contribute to the community and we can help. And by helping community, we are creating opportunities, not only for us, but for the whole world. The salaries in blockchain domain is high, and there are so high a high demand, so there's a high demand on people who are working in the blockchain domain, not only developers, by the way, even content creators, designers, UX, businesses, marketers, it's like, it's a new generation of internet, and we need all the, the specialization in this new world, it's like, that's it. And if we could help the community to enter this domain, we are securing a good opportunity for them and their families as well. And also two important parts. The first one, blockchain technology in its early stage. And if we left it to the a domination of, like people in Egypt, for example, that means that I am coloring this technology with my thoughts, with my problem, with how I can solve my problem. I don't know about your problem in South Africa, but I'm forcing you, I'm applying, it's like enforcing my solutions, which is working in my country, but it doesn't have to work in your country. And also, we are expert in our problem. We know it, we know how to solve it. Why I should wait for someone from outside to fix it? The same story happened in Japan when I told them this solution is working perfectly in the US, but it doesn't work in Egypt because he doesn't know about my problem. So if I learn how to fix my own problem, I will utilize this technology and solve my problem. And Africa and all the third world has lots of problems, and this technology will help a lot to solve this problem. So we have a golden chance. And because this technology is in its early stage, we are on the same space, it's like the same balance, or the same level like the advanced worlds. So we are working together for the first time to create this technology, to form this technology to our benefits together. And that's why I'm just doing this Women in Arabs in Blockchain and NoonDAO and all this stuff, because it's a good opportunity for our communities.
Wow, Iman, I am just like going, we need to stop this, what we're talking about, and start talking about blockchain. And because I'm like, wow, you are so passionate about it. And for me, I know, I can see you love it. And this is the most beautiful thing.
I left my job. I decided that I started to learn about blockchain at like late 2017. And I put another deadline for myself. But March 2018, I will be blockchain developer. I felt so passionate. I felt this technology is going to change the world, and I want to be part of this change. I want to make this change. Like, I want to contribute to this change, to be for the good. If you want to make it for the good, you have to contribute to that. If you just left it to the whoever want to make it in a certain direction, you are responsible for that.
You are so right. If this is where we go, be the change that you want to see happen. And I'm going to ask you, what resources would you recommend to those who are interested in blockchain?
The developers?
Yes. Well, I mean, I suppose anyone. You're on the development side.
Yeah, because it's like there are so many the names, So I just prepared some links. Some of them I like a Git repo. I'm trying to keep it updated for my community.
Okay.
So you can use it. And there is a Twitter thread. I saw it yesterday or day before yesterday. It looks amazing. Has some details, and also the article written by Nader David. It's amazing. He was one of the amazing superstars in the blockchain domain. He's doing a lot of educational activities, and highly recommend to read his article. So in the repo you will find tons of resources, and on the thread you will find like recommendation, and the article you will find like like a roadmap written in a nice way.
Wonderful, thank you for that.
Oh, my pleasure.
I'm going to follow it immediately. And I'm going to move on to you, Olaide. What resources do we need if we want to get into the software engineer space? Because not everybody is interested in blockchain, although I'm putting my hand up going, just the way I've heard about it now, I'm going, I want to be part of the development of a new solution because it's going to help, I suppose, solve the issues that I have. And when we have issues that are solved by people who are outside of our environment, they don't always have a sense of the true nature of our problems, true nature of our requirements, correct, Iman?
Sorry?
I said, is that correct? Essentially, when you get people from outside trying to resolve your issues, they don't always understand the true nature of your issues. So it's good to get involved in that resolution.
Yes.
But from a software engineer perspective, for those that are interested in that side, what are the kind of resources, Olaide, that you would recommend?
Okay, I have a couple of resources here that I've created, and I'll just drop it in the chat so that people can take advantage of, because I know that there's a lot of resources out there. Okay. For some reason, I'm not able to paste in the chat. I'm not sure what's going on.
We can always paste it at the end, no worries. And we'll give them the resources, I think.
Okay.
But let us know what you think. What would you say are the resources that one should assimilate? Okay.
Yeah. So if you're starting, there are a lot of like online coding platforms where you can like go through a tutorial, like step-by-step exercises for you to learn. So there are some like that. There's Code Academy, there's Code School, there's Solo Learn. There's also Khan Academy, and then there are resources. There are like books, like reference materials that you can pick up a particular topic and then delve deeper into this topic. So I advise that if you're working on like a coding platform and there's a concept there that you're being taught, you can now look it up in the reference material to delve deeper into it and understand it more so that you can understand it better. And I also recommend that after going through any kind of tutorial, you like do a project based on what you've just learned. Try to practice, start a project, without trying to reference, see how much you can recollect, what you're able to do by yourself. And then you will also be able to gauge what you need to go back to learn how to do. So that's how I, encourage people to learn.
Lovely. And I mean, in essence, what we are doing here is because your two background is as software engineers and of course as a blockchain specialist. In any of your areas, are you involved in cybersecurity or have some knowledge around that?
No, I'm not very involved.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, Iman, you can go ahead.
I'm just saying that we have like a very important domain in blockchain is blockchain security. So it could be on the level of wallet security or DApp layer, what's called DApp layer, decentralized application layer, or in smart contract layer, which is like a program you develop to say how you want your application to work. And there is a network layers, and so in this domain, I can help you because I'm interested in smart contract security. So whenever you need help to dig deeper in the, and even you can find in the repo I sent to you, there is a branch called, I think, smart contract security or blockchain security or so. I'm pushing my link there because I'm studying now the smart contract security, and so I'm keeping it updated whenever I find something good or one of the mentors like recommend something for me. I'm just putting all the important resources there.
Wonderful. Now, start with you, Olaide. Any final words for young women that are interested? And I actually want to say young women and old women, because I think what I've certainly realized is that it's never too late to start a new journey. So what would your final words to any people interested in venturing into the software engineering field?
Yeah. So I think I'll start with that it's never too late. At any point, if you decide that you want to go into tech, like it's always, you're always welcome to to join the train. As we need more women in tech, anyways. And like I've said before, I would say that you have to be consistent. Consistency is very important. It's not, if you're gonna go into tech, it's not something that you just do maybe like 5 minutes this week and then forget about it for the next 3 weeks. You need to actually be dedicated. If you have to come up with a timetable, some structure for your learning, so that you're doing it like it's right in front of you, and you keep and you keep going. And I would say that I wouldn't entirely say that it is easy. It is easy, but it takes a level of determination to pull through. And then there are times when you feel like you're not doing well, that you're feeling at it, or like this is not for you. But all of us have been through that phase, but we are only here today because this, regardless of how we felt, when we were starting, we still kept at it, and we're determined that no matter how, I'm going to crack this thing, I'm going to learn this thing, and I'm going to become a professional at it. So it's just like we say in Nigeria, this coconut head, attitude that can get you there. So you have to be strong, get a strong will about it, so that you can get to where you want to be.
That's beautiful. But one of the things that I would like to ask, maybe Imani, I can ask you, because when you have challenges in studies or you have obstacles, it's not always easy to encourage yourself, to say, okay, you can do it, you can do it. What have you done to get yourself over some hurdles?
I just accept, that I'm human. I feel down, which is normal. I have to accept it. I have to give myself time, and to become yourself. How we can ask people to respect the time we feel weak, why we are not accepting our feeling, it's like, it's normal that I feel down, I feel burned out. It's so normal. I'm just, it's like, I just need to take a rest and complete my route, that's it. Yes, okay, now I feel down, to understand, I just keep it and do whatever. Sometimes I go for a walk, it's like sometimes I go to the gym, sometimes I go out with my friends just to break my routine. And when I return back, it's like, oh, I read it with different eyes, and whenever I feel down, I feel like, I don't want to go from my bed. As I told you, I just remember my father's eye. I just remember people who love me. I imagine how they will look at me and will be happy when I will reach my goal. And if you want something to push you, whenever you feel down, just imagine the moment you will achieve your goals, how you will feel. You will feel, wow, amazing. You will, I promise you will not even, remember the hard times. And that's why I want to second what Oliday just mentioned. It's easy. It's easy if you are doing what you love, what you are so passionate about. You will feel deterministic. You will keep yourself going. And I want to just one important point, because I suffered a lot from it, and after I learned this point, it changed me a lot. Don't let people lower estimate you. It's like, for example, some people look at me, oh, you're not sales graduate, and you are asking for this possession, or you're asking for this salary, or like whatever. Okay, I just trying. I am not a CS graduate, but I could learn, it's like I could learn, and I could work in a field that some people who are CS graduate couldn't work on it. You know, it's like they are asking me for help now. That means that I could do it. And your weak point and what people trying to, you know, like to put in your head that this is a weak point. This is not a weak point. No one, don't let, if you are in 50 or 60 years old and you want to start your domain, that means that you have a 60 years old of experience in different fields, and this experience you will leverage, and this is a good, you know, it's like it's a sign that you are so deterministic and you want to achieve your goals. I could be in 20, but I'm not committed. But to start in that age, this means that you are committed. And when I started in blockchain domain, I was 30, you know, it's like after 31.
Wow.
And yeah, so don't let people give you like judge you like.
Yes. Well, I'll have to tell you my story then, because I started with Oracle when I was 24, and I spent 23 years in that business. I wasn't necessarily with Oracle themselves, but I was in that business. And I started off as a consultant implementing systems, and then I moved into training, and then I moved into solution architecture, and then I moved into pre-sales and solution engineering. So I did many different areas of that particular solution. But last year, I joined Microsoft and I've spent the last 7 months learning a completely different platform. And I'm not young anymore, I can tell you that. But it has been interesting to learn something else and start a new journey for myself. And so what I would like to put out there to the audience that we've got today is that whether Iman from the north of our continent and Olaide from centrally of our continent and myself here from the south of our continent, we are here just to say you can become a technically creative person in the tech environment, whether you choose to go the very detailed tech in terms of software engineering and coding, or you go into the blockchain design or the area, or for myself, where I'm actually in the solution design and of systems. There is space for each and every single one of you. And there is support for each and every single one of you. So before we go into the final words from Olaide and Iman, I'd like to just open it up to questions from you guys, from the audience. Anyone have a question that is burning on their minds about that you would like to just level at our two speakers today? There was one question that I saw earlier that someone said, I'd like to hear about product management resources. Mai Chatu, I think you were asking about that. Product management resources, does that mean anything to you, Olaide?
Yeah.
And while you're just answering me there, Iman, if you can think about data science and just give us your view on data science.
Okay, so what's the question? Sorry, what's the question about projects?
Yes, I'd like to hear more about product management resources.
Oh,
I'm not really sure what you mean, Mai Chatu, but maybe you have an idea, Olaide?
Yeah, I think the person is asking about resources for someone that wants to go into product management. I think that's what the person is asking. While I don't really have, those resources like available right now, it's something I can get and pass across later.
Okay. Great. Iman, data science, your view?
I'm not in data science, but I highly recommend the MIT courses and Udacity courses as well. They are great. MIT and Udacity courses for these domains are great, but it's like it's not my domain, so I don't like I haven't tried it, but I always hear this feedback from friends that this course is amazing.
Okay. And but also then there's a question here to say, do you have to be good at math to succeed in blockchain development?
No, 100% no.
Oh, there we go. That's a lovely answer.
I'm not perfect in math.
Oh, any other questions, guys?
You can calculate, like to make the formulas small, like like you're normal.
Oh, that's lovely. So I'm putting it out there. I'm waiting for your questions to come in. Oh, I'm going to read Oladosu. You said, I do not have a background in STEM. I have a master's in theater arts, but I discovered my love for graphic design. I heard about product design, UI and UX, and took a course on Coursera, and I want to journey into that line. What are the challenges in UI or UX for women?
Okay, I'll speak to that. So I wouldn't isolate challenges in UI UX specifically for women, because I think that those challenges that you will face as a woman in tech probably span across the various fields in tech, some of which we have already discussed on this call. But one thing I would like to commend is the fact that you are able to identify your love for graphics design, given that you had a master's in theater arts. It's like related, so you're kind of already like going into tech, leveraging the strengths that you already have, because you already like masters in arts. It would probably be easier for you to relate with what you see in the UI UX world. So that's already impressive. That's like a step ahead for you. And one thing I like to say is you don't, like, instead of focusing on the challenges there are for women in UI UX, why not just focus on being a badass UI UX designer? Like, let that be what is in front of you, and I'm sure that the challenges you probably won't even realize as you're scaling them anyways. Right? Yeah.
That's great, thank you. Another question is, and maybe this one to you, Olaide, again. As a beginner in coding, which language, Java or Python, is best to learn first?
Okay, so as a beginner, first off, what the programming language you'd learn is dependent on what you actually want, what kind of what aspect of software engineering you want to go into, because you can engineer for different platforms, for mobile apps, for desktop applications, enterprise applications, for web apps, and all of that. So the language you pick would be dependent on which of these spaces you want to delve into. So that will be the first thing. But if you're not sure about where you want to go, you just want to get your feet wet, get started, scripting languages are easier to pick up. And when I say scripting languages, I'm talking about Python, JavaScript, and Go. They're usually easier to relate with than languages like Java. Java is very robust and could be a little bit challenging, for a beginner. So if you just want to, if you're just getting started, you probably should even start with HTML, CSS to get your feet wet, and then move on to another programming language.
Okay, great. There is a question here about scholarships for study. Any advice, Iman, on how one goes about sort of starting that research?
To find scholarships to study blockchain.
To study, yes.
So many scholarships. Just you need to keep track of the some places there are Include Club. They're providing like keep iteration, boot camps. Also for Consensus Academy bootcamp, blockchain developer bootcamp, they gave give away some free free memberships for this bootcamp. Also, we even in Arabs in Blockchain provided 26 scholarships for schoolers to study this bootcamp. So you can definitely keep in touch with me, and whenever they open it again with us, because it was the last cohort, I will recommend your name. What we are doing is that we are recommending names to the Consensus Academy, and they give give a dedicated number of scholarships for Arabs in Blockchain, and we give it to the applicants. And also, for example, it is closed now. Polkadot Relayer, it's not a bootcamp. It's like a fellowship. Also, Near Foundation has a fellowship. Most of the it's like the big companies in blockchain domain. Most of them have a fellowship or a scholarship program, and most of them have academies. So you can check the academy in Near Foundation. You will find free resources free courses you can join, and you can ask for scholarship. They provide a scholarship near it's called NEAR Foundation, and also Polkadot, Solana. Most of these, I can say most of the teams or the companies in blockchain domain provide this scholarships, and also they keep doing lots of boot camps and conferences, and they publish the if it's not online, if it's in person, they publish the records on their YouTube channels. You just need to select the network or whatever you want to learn about and follow these entities, and you can find a scholarship there. There are so many, because part of their success honestly is to reach the community, to get the mass adoption. So this is part of their success, to educate you, and also they are searching for resources. Yesterday I heard the speech by one of the founder of Polkadot in their big conference. He said that it's like, we are hiring guys. If you know Rust, if you know, they need it. There is a high demand. So just follow them. You will find, and join the community. You will hear about so many opportunities. If you are interested about security, for example, there is a bootcamp called Security Bootcamp. I took this bootcamp, and it's amazing. It's for free.
There you go. And I think what we will do is we'll definitely ask Toyin to see if she can make a list of all these areas that we've talked about. But I think what I'd like to encourage you on is, yes, we can make a list for you, but sometimes you've got to want this enough. You've got to want it enough to go and say, I am going to go and research. And yes, there's a lot of information online, but I want to find it, and I will find it. Yes, I know it will take you a little bit longer, but the reward that you will feel when you've accomplished that is going to be much more than just me giving it to you on a platter. Olaida, you wanted to say something?
No, nothing.
Great. All right. So there's a lot of links that have been sent, and we'll send some more, but I want to just see if I can pick up another question here. There's a couple of questions on when is the next boot camp. I think there is going to be a list that we'll send out, or maybe a link, but also I think what Iman has said is follow her Twitter feed and follow other sort of blockchain companies, and you will see a lot of that online as you go. All right, ladies, I think I'm going to ask you to say a final word to our guests. And maybe I'll start with you, Olaide, and then I'll finish with you, Iman, and then I'll finish off and say goodbye and hand back to Toyin.
First of all, I would like to say thank you for having me. It's a privilege to have been here and to share with the women here. And I'll just say, I'll just like to encourage everyone on this call, if you're just getting into tech or you're a beginner, keep at it. It's going to pay off. Just, be determined and be focused.
Great. Be determined and be focused. Iman?
Before ending my talk with a few comments, I would love to thank you and thank you, the audience, and for this amazing session. I love it so much and I really enjoyed it. And for those who couldn't answer their question, feel free to reach out, and if the team here, Tech for Dev, will send it to us, we will happy to answer it, and it's and they can post the answer in your community. My ending words were: follow your heart and keep trying. Remember, we are learning from mistakes. So your true enemy is your fear of failure. And that's it.
Wow. Wow. Okay, that struck home. My true enemy is my fear of failure. Okay, I'll just need to absorb that for a little bit, because I must say sometimes I don't feel like trying something new because I'm worried I will not succeed. But how can you fail or succeed if you've never tried? So thank you, ladies. This has been really, really incredible, just having a little peek into your lives. But maybe actually one more thing that I may ask. What is on the plan for you, Iman, for the next year, or maybe for the next 5 years? Just a short view into your future, please.
For Arab Blockchain, we're already working on organizing the second version of Arab Blockchain Week in October 1st to October 8th. So I would love to invite you all to join us for this educational week of all about Web3 and blockchain. We even supporting, artists, how to they can leverage blockchain technology and NFT and Web3, how they can enter the space. We are even providing some yoga sessions, and we are trying to explain the value of the NFT and blockchain and utility of this technology, and how we can tie it with the yoga and other stuff. So it's not only the technical part or business part. We are trying to bring the different hot topics in the space. Also, we are trying to go out from our virtual bubble to go to the university. So we are planning to do a Web3 train to go to universities in person to educate students, because most of the people get get incomplete or wrong, incorrect information about blockchain. So we want to make it clear and onboard more people from our community to blockchain domain. And for myself, for Iman as a developer, I'm trying to dig deeper into smart contract security and cross-chain topic. So I'm trying to learn about cross-chain and smart contract security. And I'm learning Rust as a developer. Also, I'm learning Rust, and I'm highly recommend to learn Rust, because if you want to dig deeper in the smart contract, because so many companies now in blockchain network using Rust for smart contract, and the tools for security using Rust, and even there is kind of re-implementing some blockchain networks using Rust.
Wonderful.
So,
Wonderful. Thank you for that sneak peek. I think we can join those ones in October. And Olaide, what's in your future?
Yeah, I think the future for me is basically improving my skills, because this is a never-ending journey, and there's always room to be better. So for me, I would be looking more into getting better with my current skill set, and also taking up more challenging roles according to my career plans that I have set. Basically, that's it.
Thank you for that. Well, if I may share what I will be up to, last week, I had a young 17-year-old girl who's in grade 11, which means that we finished school at grade 12. It's just a year before she finishes and applies for university. She job shadowed me for 2 days. And what she told me when I told her, asked her about her access to technology and so on, she says, well, she doesn't have a computer at home. and she only has computers at school. And at school, she's only used Google and PowerPoint. And that is the extent of her knowledge and experience. She hasn't got an email address, and she doesn't really have a smartphone. And I'm going, you are 17, and that is where you are now. So I was really moved by that experience, and I thought, what is it that I can do? And hopefully with my manager at work and the organization that I work for, to help people like that who are entering a world that is really running on technology, but are so left behind because of the environment that they're in. And she's not even in a rural school. She's in a school in a small town. So it's not, so you can imagine if that is her space and that is her situation, what is happening to those that are really in remote places. So those of you who have got access to technology, please use it. It's a great tool. Iman, I will be in Egypt in 3 weeks' time, so I will look you up.
Oh, we have to meet. It's amazing. So happy for that.
I will do that. Olaide, I'm not planning any Nigerian trips, but when I do, I will connect with you guys. And those of you that have connected with us on LinkedIn or Facebook or other platforms, we do hope to connect. And I just trust that you will all be able to get into the right communities and fellowship and be able to move your own personal journeys forward into the tech industry. Toyina, I think I should hand back to you.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but there is a good opportunity for all the tech people here, tech women here. I forgot to mention that I'm Tech Woman Fellow for 2020, and I met so many amazing women from Africa. This fellowship focused on MENA regions of Saharan Africa, South and Central Asia, and in my cohort, I met 111 women. We all went to the US to take our mentorship program in Silicon Valley based company there. Wow. So it's a good opportunity, and it's all fully funded. It's amazing opportunity if you can apply. There are so many opportunities like this, not only the only opportunity you can apply for, but there are so many. And as you've mentioned before, join the community. You will find the women community on blockchain is so supportive. Personally, I leverage its support, and whenever I have any challenge, I just come and ask, how can I start? Any recommendation for this? Can you connect me with someone in this company and blah blah blah? They are really supportive. They are very supportive, and they help a lot. So go and join the community.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Iman. All right, may I hand back to you, Toyin, or can I hand back to Joy?
Hi, Audrey. Thank you so much for the session. This is Blessed. I'd like to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for sharing. It's been a great learning opportunity. I would like to say, Emma, thank you for selling blockchain. I feel like right now I should be thinking of blockchain. You made blockchain look and sound so easy, and I know there are a lot of young ladies here right now who are considering blockchain. Thank you so much for the session. Thank you so much, Olaide, for sharing from your wealth of experience as well. It was relatable. And yes, thank you to our awesome moderator, Audrey. You did a good job. Thank you so much, everyone. So we would wrap up shortly, but before we go, we'd like to speak to some things. We saw in the chat box, somebody had asked that she wanted to study data science, and she was wondering where she would start her journey from. So yeah, I have good news for you ladies. So if you're thinking of starting out your career and you're looking at where you can start out from as well, the Women Techsters is a good place to start from. And yes, this would bring me to giving you the details of the Women Techsters program. So the Women Techsters initiative, we have five umbrellas. We have 5 initiatives, or rather 5 programs under this initiative. We have the Women Techsters Open Day, or we have like an advocacy arm of the Women Techsters program, and then we have the Open Day and the Tech Girls Drive initiative. So for the Open Day, this is an open day where we have speakers, we have experts within different learning track come share their experience and wealth of knowledge, and also share guidance on how interested ladies can kickstart their careers. So I see a lot of people wanted a software developer. I mean, not to worry, ladies. So every month we have different speakers. Like today, now that we have from two learning tracks. For next month, we'll probably have other learning track, software development, mixed reality. We'll have someone. I mean, it varies. So you really want to always come back for the open day. We also have the Tech Girls Advocacy Drive, and this brings me to what Audrey had mentioned during her closing remarks about somebody who had a system and doesn't go beyond maybe PowerPoint or based off playing games. So what we do with the Tech Girls Advocacy Drive is our target and mandate is to young girls in secondary schools. So we go out speaking to them about technology and the opportunities in technology. We started this drive sometimes in February this year, and we are enthusiastic and excited to ensure that we have this Tech Girls Drive advocacy across the 15 countries that we are implementing the Women Techsters program. So yeah, the advocacy is to ensure that we get these young girls to really understand technology for what it is, and not for what people have, or whatever it is that people have sold out to them. So yeah, there are a lot of opportunities around people who are interested in also ensuring that we have this advocacy drive in different countries. We'll share updates on that for interested volunteers very soon on our social media platforms. So yeah, we also have the Women Techsters Bootcamp. Now, the Women Techsters Bootcamp is it's a 3 weeks of training for people with for people with no knowledge. I mean, if you're aiming on starting your career within the technology ecosystem and you don't know where to start from, the Women Techsters Bootcamp is a great place to start from. Currently, we have 5 learning tracks, which is product design, product management, cybersecurity, data science, and software development. And we are hoping to expand our learning tracks in the coming months. We have excellent facilitators who have been very patient. I don't know if there's anybody here. Oh, I can see Veronica, who says, I'll be finishing the bootcamp tomorrow. She says it was amazing. Trust me, it is really amazing. You don't want to miss out on this. We have very patient facilitators who are kind enough to, always go over what has been said. It's a virtual session, however, which requires your commitment, because you're supposed to give at least 4 hours of your time in the course of the day for the 3 weeks period. And it ends with a demo day. So it means that you don't just learn and go like that. We give you opportunity to team up with your team members and come up with a presentation. So you can see, you check the chat room right now, you can see a lot of people speaking to the bootcamp. You don't want to miss out on it, especially if you do not have any knowledge and you're just starting out. I mean, the very first place you can start out from is the bootcamp. It will give you insight as to the learning pathway you want to chart. It will help you to really understand if it's something you want to do, so that you don't get in and you're stopped. All right. So then we also have the Women Techsters Masterclass. Now, the Women Techsters Masterclass is a session for people, or maybe let's say beginners, or people who have 1 to 5 years experience within a learning track. So there are several, the masterclass happens once every month, and then it's a focused masterclass. So for example, earlier this June, we had a masterclass on software development where we had the CTO of Prunet Technology join in and spoke about how to write clean code, and it was an awesome session. So we have different sessions like that with seasoned facilitators. We did different learning tracks. You don't want to miss out on it, especially if you already have a knowledge around these things. Of course, technology is evolving, and it will really be great to have sessions that will help you to evolve and become a better individual within your different learning tracks. And then we have the Women Techsters Fellowship. I know we have a lot of women right here who have applied for the Women Techsters Fellowship. We want to first of all say thank you for your patience. Thank you for staying with us from when the application went out sometimes in March. It's been when I say it's been a long ride for us. We've taken our time, we've been very patient enough to ensure that we followed the process thoroughly as it ought to be. The fellowship is 1 year. So for people who are just hearing this for the very first time, the fellowship is 1 year. It's 6 months of training and then 6 months of internship. Although there are a lot of terms and conditions around internship. This is because we want to be able to place the best of the best as well. So it's 1 year of training. You're required to dedicate a minimum of 4 hours of your time for every day for the 6 months. The greatest thing about, or the good thing about the Women Techsters Fellowship as well is that it comes with a community. So you don't just come on board and learn. You also get opportunity to mingle with other women. You get mentorship opportunity. You get there's also a meet and greet. We know that we had just one meet and greet last year in Nigeria, but this year we intend to at least have meet and greet across the countries, some of the countries that we are executing the Women Techsters Fellowship this year. So yeah, you don't want to miss out on anything we are doing at Tech for Them. And for those who already applied for the Women Techsters Fellowship, who maybe got disqualified either at the first stage or at the second stage, not to worry. We'd advise and recommend that you go through the Women Techsters Bootcamp, as that will prepare you better for your application next year. So the fact that you are not selected this year does not in any way nullify your chances of being selected for next year's application. And for those people who have applied and have gotten to the stages of interview and has been interviewed as well, we have good news for you. The good news is that you have to wait. But yes, you don't have to wait for too long. As Ziwura Oladipo, our Executive Director of Tech for Them, had mentioned, we will be sending out the final notifications by the coming week. Yes, you heard me, by the coming week. So you can hold us accountable if you don't get your notification by the coming week. Yes, you get to know, we'll be unveiling the fellows for the class of 2023. I know that it's been a very long journey for you. I know you've waited for this opportunity. We'd like you to hang in there, hanging right there. The wait is almost over. I wish everyone who has applied the very, very best of the very, very best. I'd like to say this since everyone is here. I know there are a lot of people who have also joined in. Whatever it is that you get, either it's an acceptance email or you get a rejection email, we'd like you to please take it in good faith. Work hard, give your very best to it. If you got a rejection email, try as much as possible to continue. If you want to sign up on the bootcamp, please go ahead and do so that you are better prepared for the coming days, for the application next year. And if you get a congratulatory email, we also like you to take it in good faith and ensure that you put work to it, because although you get a congratulatory email, your admission can be revoked at any point in time if you do not meet the criteria. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us so far. I believe that I've done justice to the Women Techsters Fellowship, to the Women Techsters initiatives. I've talked about the bootcamp, the masterclass, the fellowship, the open day, and the Tech Girls advocacy. And I've also mentioned that you have to wait till next week. Next week is almost here, where we'll be opening all of our information. So yeah, I'm done. I'd like to say thank you once again to all of our speakers. Thank you to our moderator. Thank you to everyone who have joined in so far. Don't go yet. I would like to hand over to Tony, who would be moderating the next session very, very quickly. Please don't be in a hurry to go. Thank you and blessing.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. So we'll be doing a quick photo session, right? We've had a great time. So we'd like that the speakers turn on their videos so that we can take pictures, right? Eman, Olaide, Audrey, please can you turn on your videos? Yay. Audrey. Hi, Audrey. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry. I couldn't find the mute button.
Okay. Yeah, can
you can hear me?
Yes. We would like to take pictures now.
Oh, you'd like to take pictures?
Yes.
Have put on my jersey because it's cold.
All right. Yay. Okay. All the smiles here.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me look pretty.
Okay, Blessing. Come on in. Come on in.
Hold on. Vanity prevails, you know. Vanity prevails.
Okay,
There we go.
Okay. I see everybody looking pretty. Smile.
Smiling.
1 second. I know the smile is fading, but
I know it is.
Okay, let's do another one. I got that one already. So something different. Yay! 1 more second. And yeah, that's it. We got it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes. So before we go, I just like that we share our on social media everything that you learned today. I mean, we learned a lot. I learned a lot. I wrote a lot of things down. So it would be nice if you just share them so that other people can know what's happening. And the next time that we're having that open day, they are excited to join. So please share. On the chat box is the hashtag, to share exactly. Bola, oh, I can't pronounce your name. I'm not even going to try another it, but you just said the session was mind blowing. So please share on your social media platform. Let other people hear about it. We're at Tech for Dev on all social media platforms apart from Facebook. Tech for Dev HQ on Facebook. And we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. This is the end of the session now, so we'll be ending now. Have a great week and weekend ahead of you. Bye.
Bye-bye, and thank you so much.
It was a great pleasure, guys. Thank you so much, ladies.